In this lecture, we are going to learn about two more array methods in JavaScript, the sum method and the every method. These two methods are very simple to understand. So let's start with sum method. The sum method is used to test whether at least one element in the array passes the test implemented by the provided function. And the sum method, it returns true if at least one element in the array passes the given test. If no element in the array passes the given test, then it returns false. So what you need to remember about sum method is that it only checks if at least one element satisfies the condition which we specify in the callback function, which is passed to this sum method. And also the sum method does not modify the original array. So let's try to understand sum method with a simple example. Here we have this numbers array. Now what we want is, let's say we have a requirement where we are asked to check if this numbers array contains at least one even number. So when we have to check at least one element in an array satisfies a condition, there we can use sum method. So here what we can do is, to this numbers array, we can call this sum method. This sum method also takes a callback function. So here I'm using the arrow function syntax, but you can also use anonymous function syntax. This callback function is again going to receive three optional parameters. The first parameter will be the current element on which the sum method is looping over. The second parameter will be the index, and the third parameter will be the array on which this sum method is looping over. So here again, the name is not important. You can name these parameters anything, but the order in which you specify them, that is important. The first parameter of this callback function is always going to receive the current element on which the sum method is looping over. The second parameter is going to receive the index of the current element, and the third parameter is going to receive the original array on which the sum method is looping over. So if I go ahead and if I log these parameters in the console, if you save the changes, you will see that this sum method has looped over each element of this numbers array, and for each iteration it is logging the current element. So if we take the first iteration, there it has logged the first element, which is 5, the index of the first element, which is 0, and the original array on which we have called this sum method. So it is logging this numbers array, because on this numbers array we are calling this sum method. Then for the second iteration, in case of second iteration, the element will be 12. The index of that element will be 1. So that's what you will see here. And this array will be assigned with the original array on which we are looping over using this sum method. So this ARR, it will be assigned with this numbers array. And that's what is logged here. And same is true for other elements in this array. So here for each iteration, the first parameter of this callback function will be assigned with the current element on which the sum method is looping over. The second parameter will be assigned with the index of the current element, and the third parameter will be assigned with the original array on which the sum method is looping over. All right, now let me remove this console.log statement. And inside the body of this callback function, we need to write a condition. And if any one element in the array on which we are calling this sum method satisfies the condition, this sum method will return true. So here I am going to write the condition, and the condition is element is divisible by 2. So if any element, when it is divided by 2, if the remainder is 0, that means that element is an even number. And we also need to return from here. We need to return the value. So this here, it is going to return us a Boolean value. So that value we need to return. So here what this sum method will do is, it will check if any element in this numbers array satisfies this condition. This sum method will return true. Let me go and let me create a variable, and let's say the variable name is has even number. So basically we are checking if the numbers array has any even number. And let's also go ahead and let's log that has even number variable. And remember, this sum method is going to return us a Boolean value. Now in this numbers array, we have this number this 12, which is an even number, and this 8 is also an even number, this 130 is also an even number, and this 44 is also an even number. So we have multiple even numbers in this numbers array, but the sum method, it is only going to check if at least one element in this numbers array is an even number. If we have a single even number also in this numbers array, this sum method will return true. So if a single element in this numbers array satisfies this condition, this sum method will return true. If I save the changes, you will see true has been logged here. And I'll also show you one more thing. So let's say console.log, and let's log the EL. And if I save the changes, you will see that sum method will not loop over each element in this numbers array. As soon as it finds the element which satisfies this condition, it is going to return true, and it will stop iterating over the array. Now in this array, let's say if we have all the odd numbers, there is no even number in this array. In that case, no element will satisfy this condition. So in that case, this sum method will loop over each element of this array to check if any one element in this array satisfies this condition. And since no element in this array will satisfy this condition, this sum method will return false. If I save the changes, you'll see that it has looped over each element of the array, and since none of the elements satisfied this condition, the sum method has returned false. This is the use of sum method. It checks if at least a single element in an array satisfies a condition or not. If even a single element satisfies the condition, it will return true. If no element satisfies the given condition, it will return false. I hope you got the point. Then, just like sum, we also have every method. The every method tests whether all the elements in the array passes the test. So sum method checks if at least a single element satisfies a condition. But every method checks if all the elements in the array satisfies a condition or not. Only if all the elements in the array satisfies a condition, the every method will return true. If any one element does not satisfy the condition, the every method will return false. Okay, and the every method does not modify the original array. Again, let's see this with an example. So what I'm going to do is, in this users array, we have some user objects. Each user object has the ID, the name, and the isActive status. So we want to check in this users array if all the users are active or not. If any one user is not active, that means for any user, if this isActive is false, in that case, we want to return false. Only if all the users are active, then only we want to return true. So we have a requirement where we want to check if all the users is active or not. For that, we can use every method. So on the users array, we can call this every method. And just like sum method, to this every method also, we need to pass a callback function. Here I'm using the arrow function syntax, but you can also use anonymous function syntax. This callback function also receives three optional parameters: the current element, the index of the current element, and the original array on which we are looping over using this every method. So it is same as the parameters of this sum method. Also, since we are not using this index parameter and this array parameter inside the body of this callback function, and since these are optional parameters, we can also omit them. Okay, so the first parameter of this callback function, which we pass to the every method, it receives the current element on which the every method is looping over. The second parameter receives the index of the current element, and this third parameter, it receives the original array on which we are looping over using this every method. And this every method is going to loop over all the elements in this array. We saw that this sum method, if it finds an element which satisfies this condition, it stops iterating over the array and it returns true once it has found the matching element. But this every method, it is going to loop over each element of the array because it has to check if each element satisfies the condition or not. So it is going to loop over each element of the array. And inside the body of this callback function, we need to write a condition. So here we are again going to check EL dot is active. So in this case, this EL will be assigned with the user object. For the first iteration, this EL will be assigned with this user object. For the second iteration, this EL will be assigned with the second user object. And for the third iteration, this EL will be assigned with this third user object. So for each iteration, this EL will be assigned with the user object. And that user object has this isActive property. So we are checking if the isActive property of each user is true or not. And we are going to return that. If any user's isActive property is false, in that case, the every method here will return false. Here, I'm simply using this isActive property and I'm not writing any expression, but I can also say that if el.isActive is equal to true, I can write this condition, but this expression also is going to return a Boolean value true or false. And if I don't use this expression, since this isActive itself is storing a Boolean value, that is also going to return a Boolean value true or false. So I can also write it like this. So here the every method will check that each element which we are going to receive for this element parameter, it satisfies this condition. That means its isActive property is true. So if all the elements isActive property is true, the every method will return true. If any one element has isActive property false, the every method will return false. So here I'm going to create a variable and I'm going to call it as all active users. And let's go ahead and let's log this all active users. In this case, if you see the second element's active property is false, so in that case, this condition will not be satisfied by the second element. So in that case, the every method will return false. If I save the changes, you will see that the every method has returned false because the second element, its isActive property is false. It does not satisfy this condition. But if I change it to true, in that case, all the users in this users array is active. If I save the changes now you will see that it has returned true. So only if all the elements satisfies the condition which we write in the callback function of every method, then only the every method will return true. If any one element does not satisfy this condition, the every method will return false. So if I change it back to false, and if I save the changes, you see, since one element does not satisfy this condition, it has returned false. But here, instead of every, if I use sum, in that case, the sum method will return true because it is going to check if any one user in this users array satisfies this condition. So in this case, the first user itself will satisfy that condition and the sum method will immediately return true in this case. If I save the changes, you see it has returned true because one element in this users array has satisfied the condition. But when we use every, it checks that all the elements satisfies the condition. All the elements passes this test. So I hope with these examples, now you understand what is the use of sum method and what is the use of every method and how the sum method is different from every method. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.